busting my balls, Billy, okay?
I can already tell that I don't like you.
Fuck you, bust on my ball.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
It might be your first ball job.
Yeah, of course.
How long did it take for the guy to come?
I was just watching like YouTube videos on the women's soccer that just won.
Yeah.
Dude, so now they have won, and it is like repeat. I think they're already talking dynasty type talk, which is ridiculous.
They barely won. I think it went to penalty kicks.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I refuse to watch. Not because it's women, just because I'm not a big soccer guy.
I was thinking about watching it just to be like support America, and then I was like, I turned it on, and I'm like, it's women.
Dude, it didn't feel.
Not that it was that. It was just.
It doesn't
boring.
feel like support America to me.
It just feels like you put soccer on slow motion. I don't know. The kicks aren't as hard.
Dude, look again. If people like it, like we were talking before, if people like UFC, like Amanda Nunes, that's like a fucking killer, and she's really exciting to watch. People are gonna watch it. But I feel like when they jam something down your throat that you're supposed to like. And also, when people demand respect, because I feel like the women's soccer right now, they're trying to demand respect. Like, they're like, and when somebody demands respect, for some reason, like, some people will give you respect just because they're like, okay, they want respect. But then I think it's just human nature to go, man, fuck you. We'll respect you if we want to respect you.
I feel like what's happened with the World Cup and the women's side is that America's team is so good. It reminds me of, like, when we decided to put the NBA players in the Olympics back in the day, like in the early 90s, we were so much more dominant because that's what we're built for. A lot of these fucking third world countries and all the people who are there, the women aren't playing any sports, are barely allowed to, or they're not, you know what I'm saying? They don't have strong teams.
What's that? No, I didn't order wings. So I wish I did. I fucking love those wings, dude. I wish I ordered those wings.
It's like men's soccer. We suck at it because they're all playing over there.
Well,
if all the countries were playing women's soccer and playing that same way and doing that, they'd probably be way stronger than us.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of them, like we said, are wearing burqas or they're like having
You think
a high
that's
in the
true?
house.
That's only a few countries that are doing that.
I don't know. We just won 2 World Cups in a row.
Really?
You don't think it's based on some of that?
I don't know. I don't know. Dude, I just don't. I don't know, man. I guess maybe because I don't respect it that much because I don't really care about soccer. So I guess somebody that cares about soccer would say, "Oh my God, it's an amazing thing," But I just don't.
Isn't it what in China? Like they were like keeping even their feet like had to be like they didn't want them too big, so they put them in tiny shoes.
Those are years ago. You
don't think, I know it doesn't happen so many years ago.
But you're saying that it's behind?
It's way behind on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, it's also on just general women's rights.
Yeah. Well, dude,
right?
They were asking that one that's like the one that's like the star of them right now, the one that's like outspoken, like Megan, whatever her name is, or something like that. And they asked her, how do you change the pay? And she basically just said capitalist shit, where it's like, go to the games. There's this many teams. Go to those games, support that, buy jerseys, buy tickets, get involved with it. And yeah, if people get involved with it, it's capitalism. If they want to get into it, they'll get into it. If they don't want to get into it, it's hard, man. Yeah. It's hard selling tickets, dude. Like to think that like baseball sells that many tickets every year. Like how many fucking games? NBA has that many games that they're trying to sell. Look at that WNBA game. They never show the stands. They never go deep into the stands. You can only see because there's nobody there.
4 rows.
There's nobody there, man. And it's capitalism. I mean, do you think? I don't think people are like, don't go to those games because of women. Nobody's doing that. If it was badass, they would just go to those fucking games, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think? Todd Glover's here. Todd, what do you think, Todd? I mean, do you think that's what it is, or am I talking on my ass?
No, you're spot on. I don't think anyone cares about the WNBA, and if the product was amazing or it was super fun, yeah, people would go.
They would go.
Like arena football. Nobody went to arena football.
That's right.
Was it?
Yeah, it's not that we don't like women in sports. It's
just it has nothing to do with it.
It's not fucking entertaining.
When it's badass, and people will pay money for that, dude. If it's not badass, they're not going to pay money for it, dude.
The thing about the women's soccer team not getting paid or any of these athletes is that if they're making TV money and somebody's making money, just pay these people. We all want to earn money, right? We all need to earn money.
Absolutely.
So if they're not getting paid anything or getting paid poorly, then it's shitty. But if you're saying they're not drawing and they don't have money to pay them, that's another thing.
Dude, anybody that's in entertainment, especially comedians, if you're not drawing, you're going to make that type of money. If you're going to make not drawing money.
Right.
But if you're drawing like when Louis C.K. was at his height or when Dice Clay was at its height, you're the guy counting most of the money, man. Men or women. It doesn't matter. You're telling me Barbara Streisand doesn't count fucking money? Get the fuck out of here. And
I can't believe what she gets away with.
Dude, she's charging like ridiculous amounts of money.
What is she doing with the money?
Stacking it.
For what?
Stacking
Well, she can buy an island?
I don't know. She's stacking it up. But nobody's saying, dude, Barbara Streisand has no problem selling tickets. She's a female.
I only know like
people
two
love
songs. Isn't it one from Beaches?
Dude, people love her, man.
Song from Beaches, isn't that her?
No, that's Midler.
You're saying, yeah, that is.
I don't even know what the fuck she sings. It's Barbara Streisand.
Well, dude, she's not really from our generation, but
well, yeah, no shit.
But she was a crusher, dude.
Lionel Richie wasn't either, and I know his songs.
Yeah, well, because we grew up in the '80s singing Lionel Richie songs, like fucking. We were singing.
Still older.
What? Yeah, everybody knows All Night Long, dude.
I know Air Supply and I know Boston, the band Boston.
Yeah, but those are like guy. Those are like guy songs, man.
Fucking, I know Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
I know all of his fucking songs.
You know all of Barry Manilow's songs?
Fuck yeah.
Kick his ass right now. Just get him out of here.
Although Barry Manilow was the man,
that guy's a cocky motherfucker. How about this song?
He was the man.
I write the songs that make the world sing. He's fucking just singing. I just open my mouth and everybody wants to sing my songs.
Dude, he was a crusher. Those 70s, he was a fucking crusher, dude.
That guy fucking, he's still touring.
Dude, I would have loved
dead.
I would have loved to be like a fucking entertainer in the 70s. Tell me how great that would have been.
Dude.
70s and before. 70s
everyone's
before.
fucking too.
If you're like a giant millionaire in like the 70s and before, and you're known like Hollywood, like Burt Reynolds. Could you imagine fucking Burt Reynolds when Burt Reynolds was young and fucking Deliverance and Smokey and Bandit Burt Reynolds?
Everyone's still having unprotected sex. AIDS hadn't happened yet.
Unprotected sex. Yeah, because
dude, no one's even no one's shaving their genitals. They're just going at it like wild animals.
Before condoms came around, where they go, can you put on a condom? They didn't even have that. They didn't put on nothing. It was just like it's go time.
What was it? The dental dam? The girl would put in the dental dam.
I don't think they had dental dam until later.
What is it called? That
yeah.
What's that thing you stick up there?
That's what it's called. That's the
IUD.
It's like a reverse.
No, you're right. The diaphragm.
Yeah.
That was like a little circle thing that they fucking put up there.
Yeah, it's like the jock strap like thing, right? Isn't it just like reversed around?
Dude, I was talking to a comedian a couple podcasts ago, and it's the first time ever that I've ever heard somebody go, I don't wear condoms because I don't care about STDs because I have health insurance and I'll just get whatever treatment for it.
Really?
I was like,
Jesus.
whoa, how free is he, dude, to think that he just
getting
goes...
tested for that shit.
Yeah, but he doesn't care. I go, what about herpes or anything like that? He goes, I got health insurance, whatever.
Give me a list of the girls he slept with so I don't overlap with that guy.
Dude.
Okay?
Right. But back in the day, that was super common. But you're right. We didn't have everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a lot different now. I don't even know what this generation is doing, if they're all wearing condoms or not. I don't even know. I haven't gotten condoms in so long.
You think they're not having sex? I can't believe...
Sex is down. It's like at an all-time low.
Why? You think it would be... Blowjobs are up, you think?
Really?
Oh, wow.
Mike got a point. Because maybe blowjobs to some people, which they kind of are, where it's like a little less impersonal, where it's like, yeah, I blew him, or I blew him.
A lot of people think it's more personal.
You think blowing somebody's more personal, huh?
A mouth on a dick?
There's no emotional connection to a blowjob.
I've heard it both ways.
You're saying there's an emotional connection?
I've heard people talking about that. Yeah, putting the mouth.
It is different if you're like in a relationship and somebody blows your dude. If you're with somebody and that chick finds out that some other chick blew you, that's different. That's like a chick peeing on you. So that's like a dog pissing on your yard where she goes, she blew you. Yeah, I blow you. Nobody else blows you. So there is some thought to that. But wow, I didn't know.
I don't know. Like it's. Dude, I used to do a joke about how I never got blowjobs. Like,
really?
Girls would always like give out the hand jobs, but didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But I wasn't getting the blowjobs. Like that was like true. So I can't even believe they're saying now that the blowjobs.
I think he's right though. Blowjobs got to be up though.
Obviously, he's never met a crack addict.
Yeah, crack addicts. If you want to get a blowjob, crack addicts or drug addicts, coke heads. Yeah, like coke heads, not just people who do coke, but.
experience.
There you go, man. Blowjobs are coming from crackheads and cokeheads.
Sure, you're really gonna get your dick sucked from a crackhead.
What can you really
Behind
get?
the Walgreens.
I mean, what bad could you get from a blowjob?
Oh,
What's the
dude.
worst STD you can get from a blowjob?
You're-
Hold in the face.
There you go,
that's
in the
just,
face.
nah.
What's the worst thing you could get from a blowjob? That's actually not that bad of a.
Mouth herpes on your wiener.
You think you can get herpes?
Oh shit, yeah.
I've never heard that
Or
before.
pink eye. You might be able to get pink eye. I don't know.
Pink eye's not that bad, dude. If you're getting STDs, pink eye is not that bad, dude. You could go to fucking CVS and get something for pink eye, can't you?
So,
Pink eye's not an STD, you dumbass.
yeah.
Don't people get pink eye from shit though? Like you get that
You
from
get it
like,
from
people-
like sleeping on a dirty pillow. Yeah, it's from like shit, whatever. But it's not considered an STD.
and I just don't believe that millennials are not having sex now. I just don't understand
What's
it.
happening is that these kids are watching porn so young on
Yeah.
the internet, and they're jerking off, and they're desensitized. Well, they're watching this shit, and then they're like, "Oh, well, we don't need to have sex." They're very guarded. These kids, not guarded, but they're very. What's it called? Where your parents, they're babied. These kids are babies. They're stupid.
You think, huh?
I don't think.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I've met some smart kids, like young people.
Yeah. I know you're saying there are some informed, but it's like anything, dude. If you're coddled into like a certain age, and it's like you don't let him do anything, you don't let her do anything. You know,
Right.
that's the story. Everybody knows some kid when we were growing up that their fucking mom they're 23 years old and their mom's still doing their laundry. Where it's like, why is she doing your laundry?
Yeah.
You know, like that type of shit that will harm anybody.
Well, our generation too was they call it the slacker generation, and there was a lot of people who were staying home, living with their parents until like not leaving the house till like in their 30s.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit was going on.
Dude, my wife's Mexican, man, and she didn't leave until she was like 25, and they were like, "You're leaving."
I think, isn't that standard? Like until someone puts a ring on the finger,
I guess
or
like in her culture, it can be. I mean,
Yeah.
it can be. But
Until
she
you're
had to
like
get the fuck out of the house. She was like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here."
How many people were living in the house? 30?
No.
Cousins.
No, but it was a few. It was a few though. But it was a big house. It was a big house though. But dude, I don't blame it. Fuck, I wish I could have been like living in one house with all my uncles and shit like that. I would have saved so much fucking money. You ever see people that do that and they like. You ever see a house that's like decent sized house and there's like 8 motherfuckers in there, but there's like BMWs and Audis in the driveways and shit, and you go, damn, they're doing it right over here.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
No shit.
Well, dude, I'm
I don't
sure
know.
in Hispanic cultures it could be like if it's traditional, it could be like that. Like Asian cultures,
Yeah.
even Arabic cultures. Yeah, if you see like sometimes they'll.
I don't know, like living with your whole like extended family
Dude.
would work out. You see a lot of weird shit going on, or like fucking just a
Maybe.
lot of no privacy.
Dude,
a lot of weird. You know,
I had a stepdad, and he told me since I was like 15. He goes, "When you're 18 and you graduate, don't get comfortable, dude. You're out of here, man." That's what
Really?
he fucking told me. Yeah, he always would tell me twice a year just to give me a heads up. We'd be at like a cookout, and he would just bring it up out of nowhere, just him and I, and I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah. Well, one
But
of
I get it. He was just
one
being
of-
clear, like, don't get comfortable, bud.
one of the people, you know, a few of them in your family might be like drunk, coming home late at night, slamming everything and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because we all have like fucking drunks.
Dude,
in our family.
my stepdad used to get fucked up. I remember there was sometimes I'd come home and all the fucking knickknacks off the entertainment center would just be cleared. And I didn't see
right.
it. I just would come home and I'd go, yep, somebody fucking swept this all off
Yep.
there before a few times.
That sounds fun.
It sounds like fun.
Yeah, even if you're sober, it's all on the floor.
No, I mean I didn't feel like I was in fear of my life. I didn't come home and he never put it on me ever. But
Yeah.
like you also knew not to fuck with him though. Like I knew not to like your dad, dude. Did you ever fuck with your dad? You ever like know that dude was gonna fucking?
Oh, he dropped me to the ground. Like swept my leg. I didn't even see it coming. Just boom, right to the ground.
That's true.
I called him a dick. I was on the ground in 2 seconds.
Nice!
Never called him a dick again.
I like that.
Don't
shit,
even know
dude.
how he did it.
Yeah, because he goes, look, I'll fuck you up. Like you
Yeah,
don't think
that-
like
that's
I'll
what
fuck
dads
you
do.
up.
Yeah.
My dad jacked me one time.
He did. In the face.
Yeah, just like I deserved that,
You deserved it.
but then I never, whatever I did, I'd never.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I do. I
There
like
you
it.
go.
I like the check.
Todd never called him a dick again, and
No.
this gentleman across from us
It's
here got
true.
fucking got it by his dad and never fucked with him again in that way.
I agree with that. Once you check someone once, and then they'll
well, there is a thin line. There is a thin line of like where every fucking Friday they come home and beat the shit out of you. That's
Right,
different.
yeah, that's
but where it's
different.
like, hey, this guy thinks he's got hair on his balls and he's trying to challenge
yeah,
me,
just
and I'm the
letting-
guy that fucking been putting food in his mouth and trying to educate him for fucking years, and now he's
You're
like,
setting level.
he forgot where his bread's buttered.
Yeah, if that's where it's coming, yeah.
But now,
Most
dude,
people.
now this guy could have called, both these guys could have called DCFS or something like that. They could have just called Chicago fucking children fucking, what does DCFS stand for?
Children and Family Services.
Yeah. I know a guy. Dude, I know a comedian that just got done dealing with those guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
the case cleared. He's all good and stuff like that. But the same thing.
Was it for child support or what?
Nope, his same thing, same type of story where his like 17-year-old son, 16-year-old big son, fucking was, talking all
shit.
big and shit. And my buddy's the comedian's a big guy, and his son's a big guy like him already, and young and athletic. Get talking slick to him, and he goes, "Okay, you wanted it to be on, it's going to be on." And they got it on for a little bit, and he kind of just outmanned him.
And then the kid called.
No,
picked up
the next
phone?
day the kid went to fucking school saying, "Yeah, my dad," and just in conversation to another kid said, "Yeah, my dad and I got into it." And then one of those asshole kids went to the school, and then they had to bring it in and
God
stuff like
damn.
that. But
That's
dude,
fucking stupid.
But dude, my buddy. He did it because this kid was just acting up that one time. He's not it, and his kids go to like one of the best schools in the state. Like his kids are like with education and stuff like that, man. But they got to be sensitive to that, I guess, right?
If you're gonna be a parent, I like the idea of putting a little bit of fear in your kids.
I like that too.
So I like that. You want to, not too much, but you want just enough that they know not to fucking cross.
And I know you like this too. You got to have that in the people
I do this in my relationships.
You got to do that with your relationships too, where it's like,
I'm the
hey,
master of that.
They always got to know that, like, hey, if they cross the line and you keep crossing the line,
they know.
I'm gonna walk.
And mine's more quiet. Mine's silent.
How about you, Todd? You ever think like that when you're in a relationship where you got to? It's kind of like Trump, where you go. Sometimes you got to walk away from the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to fucking. It's a good negotiation tactic.
If when I didn't do that, the girl just walked all over me. When I do that, then they behave.
Dude, women don't. They don't want to admit it, but they don't want to be like you. They don't want your tongue up their ass like all the time. They want you to give a little bit back, like a little bit of pushback, and because dude, you see it with pussy whip dudes all the time, and then they're getting cheated on or they get stomped on. You see it with a lot of husbands, dude. It bothers me when I see dudes like that are just like neutered like a motherfucker, dude. Where I go, God, dude. It's the worst, dude.
It's tough, though. I don't think I could be married. I think I see what my friends go through. It's brutal.
Yeah. Well, you got to be plugged in, dude. I'm almost 6 years in, August 3rd, and you got to be plugged in. Like, I don't have time. I do podcasting.
That's what I'm saying. That's good. You don't want to be like all around each other all the time. Have your own shit together, and then like at the end of the night, come in. Fucking kiss them.
Last week, my wife goes. She goes. We don't spend that much. Because I was like, I got to go do something, today or whatever like that. And she goes, you don't want to spend time with me? I go, we've been with each other for like 4 hours. I go, you want to spend like I don't want to spend 8 hours a day with you every day. Because she was on vacation and stuff like that because of the holidays. And she goes, I used to spend that with my last guys that I'd spend 8 hours. And I go,
where is he now?
I go, the ones that didn't work out. I go, I've been with you for 12 years. I go, you've never been with anybody for 12 years. I go, and we're still going strong. I go, nobody wants to hang out with somebody for 8 hours a day for like every day. It's not fucking a good formula.
There's some girls like that. I've had them too. They're like a drug. They're so needy on you, and then they're just like basically latched onto you. Don't want you to leave out the door. Then you like fucking get nothing done, and you're like sucked into that shit. And then you're just like become a part of that, and you stop doing shit you even like to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. If you let the girl dictate, and then you are living your life around her, and then it starts affecting your life, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah, it's not healthy either.
It can go either way, the girl or the guy. If it starts affecting someone's life in a negative way, then it's time to walk.
Right.
And that's what I was having. It was just negative, and it's like, I got to be me. I got to live my life. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do this.
You know another dude. And I'm not a relationship expert, dude. My shit has worked so far, and I know at any moment it can not work. I know one day I could either get sick of her, or she can get sick of me, or something changes in behavior between us two, or something like that. But dude, you gotta lose sometimes in relationships. Like there's small losses. I'm not saying big losses. There's little wars that. Whether you challenge the war and you don't even go into it, or you got to lose sometimes, and I think people don't realize that that's one of the successes. You got to back down.
Yeah,
that's it.
You got to back down. You can't always be correct, even if you are. Every relationship's different. What works for you and your wife doesn't always work for everybody else.
That's
it just
right.
Depends.
And that's right. So when I see like some neutered ass, pussy ass dude and stuff like that, I go, and it might even be in the guy. Like it might even be in the guy. Like
Usually,
I don't like
usually
being
it's
that
if
guy.
the girl's hotter. I see that a lot.
Yeah.
But sometimes you see where it's like some ugly fat bitch.
Yeah.
And then this other guy you can see is like he's
Yeah,
higher up
yeah.
on the left, and he's the one being
Well,
like
it's like,
fucking
you're letting
pussy
this
with,
ugly
like,
fat
are you
bitch do
fucking
this to
kidding
you?
me?
I know.
Are you serious? Like, what is going on? You know that person probably just hasn't been around enough fucking girls or
Do you know-
relationships or whatever.
Do you know
it
what
is.
I've been thinking about though, man? That's like a new thought to me, dude. Was
Big fat bitches.
no. Now that my wife and I, and my wife's not there yet. My wife's not even. She's 37. But what I'm saying, I had the thought where it's like, when does it get to the point? Because I'm not getting any better with looks. Eventually, she won't be getting any better with looks because as you age, and then you become like an older person. Like, eventually, men and women, you're not judging them on like. We're all going to be eventually like ugly fat people and other things.
I've seen a bunch.
I mean,
of
I'm not
my-
saying fat, but we're going to be like not so. We're not going to be young. We're not going to look like.
Almost every one of my exes in a long relationship, I'm glad I pulled the parachute because the way
You can see it coming down the road?
what they look like now, how it's their looks and their
But what I'm
fucking
saying
fade
is-
away. I saw one of my exes just got married,
Uh-huh.
and she gained a lot of weight, and I'm like, thank God I got out of that.
Well, but then also that's why it has to be more than just looks and like just like physical fucking, because it has to be something more. Because eventually you guys are going to look at each other and you're going to be like old fucking.
Maybe for
Grandpas.
1 second, like
Grandmas.
you're that way. I live a very strict way in the fact that I'm diabetic and I have Crohn's disease and I have to fucking diet and I have to work out and take care of my body. So I feel like I'm in a different way of like looking at like I don't want like someone who's not taking care of their body or who is
Yeah, but
gaining
you're
weight or
still
fat.
young.
So
I'm talking
typically
like-
keep it. So if I'm keeping my fucking if I'm keeping my workout and my looks and everything, trying
Yeah.
to keep it in check, and you're not, I can't deal with that. I
Todd,
don't
what do you
fucking
think,
like that.
man? What do you think about that though? Because I mean, eventually we all lose our looks.
Sure, yeah.
Even when you're older,
Yeah.
you know, you see somebody put together where you're like, man, she's a pretty older woman and she's put together, but it's
Right.
not sex. It's not like we're.
Facebook is showing me that I get uglier by the year. I mean, I go back and look at 10 years ago when I joined Facebook. I
Oh,
mean,
I
I'm
know.
slowly getting
I know.
older. My hairline, I'm getting
Yeah.
a little. Like it happens. You age. We all age.
That's it.
You know, there's still tons of hot yoga moms out there. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
but what I can't stand is the couples that just let themselves go.
They do.
And then you see these couples are getting in their car, and you're like, what the fuck are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I know.
Are you?
They get too comfortable.
They
They
get
get too
too
comfortable with them, and then they enable each other, and then they're like, and then they start like just. It makes it acceptable because they're both doing it together. Like, let's get a pizza and like lay in bed. And,
Yeah.
Like, you know.
If you, I don't know if you've looked at food labels, but if you look, like I was at Costco and I was eating, they had some kind of enchilada. I tasted it was delicious. I flipped over the package. I go, I'm not fucking buying this.
Yeah.
There's so much sodium and fat and junk in this.
Wow.
Like if you eat clean, I mean, I pretty clean minus the beer.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's summertime, I'm fat because I drink beer. In the
Yeah.
wintertime, I'm. You know?
Yeah, but you're also, both you guys are single, so do you guys ever think about, like, one of the reasons why you eat like that and you're looking at back of packages because you're still kind of like, you're out there in the wild?
I'm trying to hang on to my youth. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, it does help. I mean, staying
I'm doing it 'cause I'm
thin.
diabetic, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's for life if there's a bitch there or not. The problem also why I might be single is because I don't change my ways, and I'm fine with it. I've had girls
Yeah,
that try
but
to figure out. I'm usually the problem. I have everything on a schedule, and if you're not along on the ride of that, then it's not going to work out.
So you're saying, like, but what if you meet a woman that she's what if you meet a woman that actually like that jumps on your schedule and really is considerate of your lifestyle? Would that work?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they will work around my schedule,
So that's what I would be leading with.
I'm not going to be like, I'm waking up at 9 a.m. now. I'm going to help pack your lunch.
When you meet women, that's got to be the thing you lead with, where you go, hey, not to be a
Yeah.
prick about this,
I'm
but like
sleeping-
this is like a big thing in my life, and it has to be.
I sleep till 1 p.m. I like to drink, and I like to just fucking play video games.
When do you bring
And
out the
jerk
pickle
off.
jar? When do you introduce them to the pickle jar?
And
So you
then,
got a chick sleeping over,
and then we'll bring the pickle jar.
and then
into-
you get up in the middle of the night. And sleep.
if
I've
she's
been thinking
she's-
about that pickle jar
if
a
she's
lot.
kinky, maybe I bring that pickle jar into when we're having sex. You know what I'm saying?
That's a deal
Pour a little on her back.
That's
I bet-
breaker, man.
I've been waking up at 4
What are you talking
a.m. to
about?
pee,
And I'm like thinking that
like, what am I doing?
I'm like, I could just roll over right into a pickle jar.
I think and you're probably thinking like, what am I doing? Wasting my time getting out of bed. I'm all lackadaisical and out of it. I just got a fucking Vlasser pickle jar right here. I upgraded. And I don't know if you heard the last couple of podcasts, whatever. No. But I had like the Aldi pickle jar, and I got
you got a better
I got
pickle
the
jar.
no sugar added Vlas's pickle. So
you bring up a really good point about having diabetes and this. Like I talked to my dad today, and he's like, I had a giant ice cream cone. I ate too much ice cream. It's all sugar. Like, we eat too much sugar.
It's in everything.
We drink. I was thinking, why do people drink pop? What the fuck?
Way too much sugar.
We don't need to drink pop. Oh, Diet Coke, all the crap in Diet Coke.
Yeah.
So, I think as Americans or as people, we need to change what we eat.
Yeah.
I mean,
but well, you know why? Because they can only sell water so much money. They dude, that's what we really need is just like water, fruits, and fruits, vegetables, and like simple meats.
Well,
but that shit, it has like a set price where it's not that much. How do you sell water for fucking $3? You fucking put sugar in it, and you throw a little coloring in it, and a little bit more flavor, and that's how you do it, dude.
Well, then everyone knows, like,
that's how it
especially
is.
with Americans, like, we're all savages. When everyone's like fat or eats and it wants constant consumption.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find different ways to make things. Maybe this has a little less sugar or a little less fat, but then it's like, oh, that no fat has more sugar in it.
Yeah.
Because they need to add the flavor or the vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're all working around. They're fine, and they're all equally as bad. Basically, anything that's processed or packaged is going to be bad for you.
Yeah.
Processed, especially too. Dude,
Well, you're talking sodium because that's how they
deli
keep
meats
it
and all that
preserved,
shit.
right?
I love that shit. And my fucking
deli meats are
cholesterol
not
and
good
stuff
for you.
went up.
That's how you get asshole cancer is deli meats.
Well, yeah. Well,
is that true? I don't know. I've heard that before.
I don't know. I've never heard asshole cancer.
The processed food. That's
rectum cancer.
I knocked out processed foods for a while.
I've tried
and
to.
I was doing great. I knocked out alcohol, processed foods,
cholesterol. A lot of cholesterol in processed foods, and I was stupid enough not to know. Not only the sodium, it's the other ones that I wasn't looking at. Because diabetics, I'm just looking at carbs and sugars, but then looking at the other shit, it's fucked up.
The deli meat.
I love
eating
bologna.
Salami.
I love, bologna and salami. What the fuck is in that? What is a salami? I don't even. What is a salami a part of the animal? I don't.
love bologna sandwiches.
It's just bunched to push it. Yeah, bologna sandwiches is my
bologna
jam
sandwiches
right now.
when I was a kid. I'd fucking
Fried
fry them. You
bologna,
ever fry
fried
bologna?
bologna.
You cut it because
Yeah,
it
one of my
starts
exes
bubbling
like
up.
that shit. Yeah, that's becoming a fucking. That's a southern thing.
That's
man.
how you get asshole cancer is what
Dude,
they said,
that's,
dude. I'm not sure if that's true, but it's not good
well, you
for us.
said you
Because
got-
it's all kinds of salts in it, right? That's what it is. It's all
Well, you
sodium.
ate it when you're young. You said you have a fucking hemorrhoid now, so maybe it's because all that bologna you're
you know
eating.
what? I got a hemorrhoid because I think I pushed too hard and stuff.
Really?
That's it.
Oh, so here's the other. So I know you guys are gonna laugh at me. I eat a ton of lettuce. I eat a shitload of lettuce. It has no nutritional value, but I poop regularly. Yeah. And it's.
Is this a system you're trying? Like you heard about it?
I enjoy lettuce. I just enjoy
Just raw lettuce? Or are you talking
I
about
eat
a
romaine
salad?
with dressing, like
Oh, okay, just a
balsamic.
salad, you
just
mean.
that? I eat some kale.
Because you
and-
just came out of the guns just saying
No, I
lettuce,
like
so I didn't know.
People
It's
don't
like
eat. A lot of people I know, and if I travel and I'm not eating lettuce, my body gets all back.
lettuce doesn't keep me regular anymore. Like, especially my thing, it's like if I eat a big like salad like that, it'll stop. It's like a dam inside my body, and like it'll just
Jeez.
stop in my intestines. Like,
You do dairy?
no, not really. Well, cheese, yeah. So yeah, I do eat a lot of cheese.
I don't do a lot of dairy either.
But yeah, I have to be careful. I have to eat like smaller meals, otherwise everything fucking stops in there.
A lot of these vegans are coming out and they're like, "Oh, we're vegans. We do plant
They
soy,
say vegans, shit like
plant
fucking
protein,
monsters.
and
Yeah.
a lot of that shit is all processed. So it's processed soy, and now it's like, what team are you going to be on? What team? Pick a team and go with it.
I went to Handlebar restaurant in Wicker
by me.
Park. Yeah, it's a vegetarian, vegan kind of shit. And the food they had on that menu was pure fucking garbage. Oh yeah, it doesn't have any dairy.
But it was like
or it's all
garbage
vegetarian.
fries,
It's
right?
like fucking Cheese Whiz
Yeah.
on these like fucking nachos. Just like. Yeah, like these fake fish fillet sandwiches with all this
but
like
I think part
breadcrumb
of
shit and
part of
grease.
vegans' win is that they're not using anything that's like animal. So it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like,
Is that a
just as
win with
long
your
as they're
body?
not using anything animal, to them it's like a win column because they're like, I've went this many days or this many years.
So you mean, are you saying that they deserve to eat just pure crap? Like if it's because
I think it's just one. It's just one more. You know, it's you know, I'm not doing that, and that's
It's like a religion.
yeah.
That's the religion they have. I'm a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Or not a vegan. We're friends with a girl who's a vegetarian. All she does is eat cheese pizza all day.
Dude, my
And she's
ex-girlfriend,
huge. Yeah.
She was vegetarian, dated her for 5 years. She ate a grilled cheese like probably 7 a week.
Yeah.
Grilled cheeses, and I love grilled cheeses. I don't eat them anymore. Once I dated her, I was done with them because I ate one fucking 3 a week.
My sister did that when we were growing up. We always ate at the dinner table. We had the meals. We had to finish our plates. But my one sister's like, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat that. And she's just eating like Doritos and like a personal pan pizza.
Yeah.
At fucking dinner. We're like, what the fuck is this?
Guys, I got to get out of here. My wife's texting me like, when you coming the fuck home, asshole. So
Already?
Todd Glover, you can find you on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Todd Glover, and then RY Andrew 76 on Instagram. If you're single out there, shoot him some titty pics. Little ass pics, little teaser pics, but it's got to be a chick attached.
I heard you say that on the last podcast you did.
Not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad idea.
You're just asking girls to show their titties.
Not to me. Just all the guests and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a plus.
That's real nice of you. It's a real nice guy.
Yeah, and Bustin' Balls Podcast on Instagram. I'm Eric Pennell Comedy on Instagram. Guys, if you like the podcast, please share the podcast. It's better than a like, but I'll take a like. If you don't like the podcast, you can go blow me. I don't give a shit. Guys, thanks for listening.